Hey, what's up? Kevlin here, and you guys voted for it, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to be ranking the Hoshidan Royals. Okay, it's not really a ranking system since there won't actually be any real numbers, but I do have a system set up. The categories are usefulness, personality, and outfit. Since this is my first time using the ranking system, I'm going to try and explain it. Usefulness is, well, how useful are they in battle? Do they get completely obliterated as soon as an enemy looks at them, or are they the ones that obliterate the competition? Since there's so many ways to play, I'm only counting their starting class and any class they can naturally progress into in their original game. I am not counting heroes and warriors. That could be its own list. Next one, personality. This one's a little bit strange because while a character like Rinka may be a fun character to watch, a lot of us wouldn't want to be around her fiery personality. Versus, say, Oboro, who would be more laid back and would likely hang out with you and like to grab a bite to eat. I'm looking at this as if I was in their world, and would they make a good battle partner or a better downtime partner? And the last one is outfit, because people in general are shallow, and I do like to draw and cosplay. So, is their outfit fun and easy to draw, or does it give cosplayers an aneurysm? Anything along those lines. But yes, anyways, this is the ranking system I'm going to be using here. I will tweak if need be if I do something like this again. Lastly, because it's the internet, I do need to say that this is my personal opinion. If you don't agree with anything on this list, that is 100% okay. We all have our own likes and our dislikes. Different strokes for different folks. The Hoshidan Royals are, well, they're from Hoshido, and they are from a Japanese-based culture. They first debuted in Fire Emblem Fates, which is composed of 3 games, Birthright, Conquest, and Revelations. The rules are the most prominent in Birthright since that's their canon route and you'll be with them basically the whole time. If you don't like them, well, maybe you should have picked Conquest instead. Anyways, the Hoshidan Royals are Ryoma, Hinoka, Takumi, and Sakura. And I'm going to start this list off with Ryoma. Yeah, it's kind of a biased first pick, but oh well. Being a main character, Ryoma tends to be on the more broken side. With his ability to counter any attack from any distance, coupled with skills that he gains from his classes like Astra, he can easily and efficiently pick off pretty much any opponent in one go. I remember after I first got him in Birthright, the game went by so much smoother. The Lobster Lord really doesn't need any other weapon other than his katana. He does have a club or something, but I never used it, so I don't know. Ryoma's personality is exactly what you would expect a soon-to-be king's. Pleasant, polite, and whatnot. He's very punctual, and he's always on top of whatever he needs to do, whether that's training, or helping his siblings, or whatever else he does in his spare time. I do have to say one thing, though. This man is not afraid of death. He loves to poke fun at other people in order for them to relax, and he does this a few times with Hinoka and Rinka, who are not always the easiest to get along with. It does end up helping them, though. I'd say he's one of those I yell because I care people, but he's not. While also loving to get people to laugh and open up, Ryoma is also really caring, and he wants everyone to feel like they have a place both on and off the battlefield. He's literally made it Kagero's job to find something she would like from him as a gift of gratitude, and she finds this so baffling, and I find it, it's sweet. Anyways, Ryoma's armor is definitely something different, with most of it being red. The fandoms give him the nickname Lobster Lord, while drawing it is a pain, and anyone who attempts a Ryoma cosplay will get huge kudos from me. Well, actually executing it yourself may be hard. The actual uniform isn't an eyesore. Compared to another red armor-wearing person, who may or may not be classified as a psycho, Ryoma's armor isn't completely red. There are layers in different shades of red, broken up by gold outlines, and a white battle coat. It's a lot more easy on the eye compared to the previous mentioned, where Ryoma's hair is also fun to draw. It makes me think of drawing something really soft and poofy, like a cat, or some cute little kitten or something. Someone who does not make me think of a kitten, though, is the next guy on this list. How about someone who's a little more prickly, like a cactus? Or a pineapple? Yeah, the next one's Takumi. He's pretty much useful in every which way. Almost all of his hits are critical hits, and he has a decent set of skills and plays a pretty good defense. The only downside is his weapon can't close counter. They actually had to add that into Heroes as a separate skill because he's the only one of the main siblings who has a divine weapon that can't counter all kinds of attacks. But he's still really good. His personality, though, let's just say it's a little off-putting. Takumi, well, he'll tell you point blank whether he likes you or not. Takumi is super off-putting to Korner because of his trust issues. This is one of the things that really divides the fandom when it comes to Takumi. People either really love him or hate him or have some other third opinion. From a story standpoint, I get why he doesn't trust Korner. They basically just spawned out of nowhere and are immediately taken in without having to prove anything. And that's something Takumi really struggles with, is having to prove himself to everyone. It doesn't matter who it is or what he's trying to prove. He just believes that if he isn't good enough, people will just pass him over, prince or not. And knowing that he struggles with accepting Korner as well as himself drives him to eventual insanity, especially in Conquest. People compare him to his counterpart in Nor, Leo. Well, being extremely blunt like Takumi doesn't seem to be as off-putting. Leo's very harsh in his criticism, but he never turns down a chance to either learn something new or to teach something.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
How did I end up talking about Leo? You're here to hear me talk about Takumi. Anyways, moving on. Takumi's outfit is super simple, and it's not bad at all. I do think it's strange that the rest of his family is wearing red and white, and then he's wearing like blue and white. Maybe this is his way of being his own person. What's sad though is this masterclass outfit is just like any other sniper's. It's slightly color changed. But anyways, before I start ranting about character outfits, let's move on to the next one on the list. The next character on my list is Sakura. She's the youngest of the Hoshidan group, but she's also the sweetest. Even on the battlefield, Sakura is still sweet as can be. She's one of the healers I take with me the most because her starting healing level is a lot higher than anyone else, and there aren't many other healers to pick from early game. Besides the point, once Sakura gets a hold of a weapon, she's not half bad. I made her into a priestess, so she's using a bow. She's not as strong as her older brother in that sense, but I feel like I can take her in a battle and not worry about having her dying. Sakura's definitely a steady unit on the battlefield, but off the battlefield, she's so timid and scared and interacting with people. It's not her strong suit. She's always worried she's going to disappoint others or get in their way. And one thing I will say, though, is I'm not a biggest fan of the soft, shy, quieter characters that lack self-confidence. Maybe it's because I lack self-confidence, too, or some deeper connection, but oh well. When going back to some of Sakura's support conversations, though, I loved seeing her come out of her shell more, especially with her siblings. Watching her and Takumi agonize over a party was pretty funny. Mainly because Takumi never struck me as someone who wants to avoid these kinds of things. When Azura was telling Sakura the story about the Norian maids. Poor Sakura. Her reactions are so precious. I wish she'd realize how important she is, though. Besides being a caring person, she goes above and beyond to help the people of any stature to heal them. A lot of people are squeamish when it comes to guts and gore and forget how important healers really are. Sakura's outfits, on a different note, they fit her perfectly. I definitely prefer her starting class outfit with the red and white versus her master class priestess dress, though I do like that the priestess dress is kind of like an ode to Lady Mikoto, and that's why I gave Sakura Mikoto's Yumi. Either of Sakura's outfits are fun to draw and would be a good starting place for beginner cosplayers, like myself. She's one of my favorite healers, and I know she's one of my friends' favorites as well, so she'll be happy to know that Sakura didn't place last on this list. Though she may be surprised who's next. Don't tell her, though. I want to see if my friend actually finds this video on her own. The last one on my list is Hinoka. I really didn't want to rank her last, but when going through all the supports and playing part of the game again, I realized I was going to have to unfortunately place her here. What caught my attention first was how easily she went down in battle. I figured this was just because she's like a Sky Knight and they're really weak to arrows. But I found out that she kept falling to all sorts of enemies. When she was able to stay atop the Pegasus and land her blow, she didn't do that much damage. Another thing that places Hinoka so low is that she and others are always talking about how she's always training and a really fierce warrior, but she's not. How can someone be this highly praised in skill but still be so bad on the battlefield? I don't know. At least she makes up with some kudos with her support conversations. She's a great sibling and makes sure that she's always there for her siblings no matter what. Though I will say, she and Takumi are equally stubborn, and watching them butt heads was just... I do like her support, though, with Azura. Anyways, wrapping this up with Hinoka's outfit, it's really basic, but it fits her really well. It's not, like, overly girly, which fits her personality, and Ryoma makes similar claims to this in their support. But it also provides plenty of movement when she's in battle. Not having any large armor or heavy weapons makes it easier for her to get around on the battlefield and to ride her Pegasus with a lot more ease. Drawing it, though, it does have a lot of smaller details, and I'm not good with tiny details, so it does give me a lot of problems to try and draw it. I don't think I've actually ever successfully drawn Hinoka. That's my list. Sorry if it was a little sloppy. This is one of my first times doing something like this. But now that that's over, let me know what you guys think of the siblings of Birthright. Who's your favorite? Who's your least favorite? Leave your comments below. Thank you for watching this far along, and I hope to see you next time. And I'm sorry I don't know how to end videos. But, yeah. Bye.